The Full Exposure Podcast is made possible by Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn in appreciation for the contributions that artists and creative minds provide to our community. Arts and culture are essential to a rich and rewarding life, strengthening our overall well-being and our appreciation of all that we see, hear, and experience. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Full Exposure with me, your host, Brian Kelly. Man, I get sick of saying my name sometimes, but, I'm hosting a show. So I'm Brian. I'm your host. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you landed on this podcast today ready for a ride. It's going to be a crazy ride with today's guest, which is Shades, who's my buddy from Detroit. There's a lot of backstories here. There's a lot of history between me and Shades in Detroit. He's one of the first artists I met when I started a portrait project there probably 7-8 years ago. And he's been I don't even know how to describe it. He's been a great friend. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing is he is one of the most spectacular people I've ever met. The way he lives his life, what it's like to just sit around and talk to him. It's a constant flow of laughter, of people, of him just cracking on me cracking on him. He's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. And I'm excited to bring this episode to you. So excited, in fact, because I've waited so long to release it. If you remember I think it was in last October, I did a Detroit run. I talked to Dwelle, the Grammy-winning singer, which is an episode we released, last year. And I talked to Shades at the same time, within that same trip. And because of the way the conversation is, I held it because I thought I would have to edit more and kind of like duck in and out of the edges. It was also a very long conversation. It was one of the longest conversations I'd recorded. And I thought, I'll get to cutting that, make it shorter, a little more digestible, which I have done a little bit of. But I think the best service I could do to this audience, to you guys listening today, is to just let you experience the full ride that is listening to Shades tell his stories about his life, about his art, and just Detroit, the city. He is inseparable from that city in the sense of how he rose as an artist and how Detroit has grown and the perception of it. So much so that he was featured in National Geographic as kind of the face of Detroit. This was about 3-4 years ago. And he's a fascinating individual. And I'm really proud to call him a friend. He's one of the first people I text when I'm headed that way, just see what's up. He always replies quickly, and we usually try to get together. And I will just quit rambling and introduce Shades formally so you have a better sense of who he is. Antonio Shades Agee is a Detroit legend and one of the city's first recognized working artists in the field of graffiti. He is now world-renowned, that's true, and enjoys commissions by some of the world's largest corporations, including Fiat, Chrysler, Ford, Toyota, and major organizations like Universal Studios, FIFA World Cup, Children's Hospital of Michigan, Pandora, Vitamin Water, and many more work with Shades. His murals are all over Detroit. You can see them. And many times they're in some of the most spectacular new buildings and corporate structures all throughout downtown Detroit. There's no doubt that Shades is a Detroit legend. He's battled alcohol and drug addiction and eventually used graffiti to soar above the ashes and ruins that he made of his life as a young man. Much like the Phoenix Rising that is the city of Detroit today. Shades is one of the hardest working artists I've ever known. He's also one of my best friends in Detroit. and this is a raw and unvarnished conversation with Shades about his chaotic life and tremendous career. So, without further ado, let's explore the bigger picture with my buddy Shades, Antonio Shades Agee.
It's all clean.
Egg white is
so
not
you gotta
clean
stay clean. No, you gotta stay clean because you know what? You can't offend people, but you still gotta actually put yourself out there and let them know. Look, this is what you are.
Yeah.
This is how we gotta. Because racism is a tricky subject.
It's a tricky wicket, especially when you're trying to coin new racist white phrases.
I want to coin new racist white
egg
phrases.
white.
Egg white
You
is.
call me egg white.
I'm literally going to put that in as
in the Urban Dictionary
as my Urban
Your
Dictionary. Yeah, I'm putting it in.
You said I'm hanging out. This is what I get for hanging out with you, egg white.
Exactly. Isn't that nice?
So yesterday, honky lips.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the first National Lampoon Vacation? Chevy?
Come on.
Well, they go to St. Louis, right? And they're in the hood, and he's trying to fill up with gas and all this other stuff. Like they think they're gonna get murdered and all this
Right.
stuff. But as there's a scene, they're pulling out of St. Louis in the middle of the night, and on that wooden station wagon,
Okay.
with the panels on
Yeah,
the
the
side
panels.
there,
Yeah.
someone had spray. It's just a quick shot, but it broke me when I saw it. Someone had spray painted honky lips on the side,
Nice.
but it was the lips part that made me laugh.
Right.
It's like honky
Because you
lips.
gotta, dude.
Honky lips.
We are literally, as an African American race, are still trying to figure out what is the worst derogatory thing we could actually call you guys.
And I respect the journey. I think you should keep diving into it because
I don't mind. I
right
think
now
it's fun.
there isn't a whole lot. Vanilla. What else?
George Jefferson tried. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God bless his heart. He gave us all kinds of stuff. So, whoever was the writer for George Jefferson,
It was probably a Jewish guy.
It probably was. On all real, yeah, it might have been a Jewish guy, but still, every derogatory term that we could have was coming from George Jefferson. Actually, yeah.
What were some of it? He used to call them.
Well, that's where we got the honky.
Honky.
And we got the
honk. Yeah, and
right.
then he'd do his arms back like that.
Right. Yeah, that was our one word that we had.
Honky.
That we had. We need more, man.
We need more.
We do.
Need more with some more bites.
Yeah. So egg white right now would be my my what do you call it?
Yeah.
So anyway,
I got it on the hard drive.
I don't care. You can have anything on the freaking hard drive. Everything I say, I mean it. I'm not taking anything back. I'm 49.
You've already lived 9,000 lives.
I am, dude.
What does it matter? You call me an egg white.
It don't.
Doesn't matter.
It don't. Because
I'm on the pile of Shades life experience.
I've seen you come. I've seen you go, bro. What about my intentional slippers?
Hold on, we're gonna get a clean. That might be how we open them.
No, I want that. That's fine. Let the radio go, dude. This is real world, man. You in Detroit? Why you got to polish it up? Why you always got to do something on the base?
You asked me earlier, Shades. How do I differentiate myself? From other people? Because anyone can do anything now.
Okay, but
one thing you can do is make sure there isn't volume.
I'm just
on the radio when you're doing a podcast.
That was
one.
Good volume. That wasn't
great
like
80s music.
That's what
I'm sorry, a little bit of white music coming on there, MTV. It wasn't like I rolled in here and it was all R&B, soul, early Fab Five Freddy. It was Spandau Ballet. We were talking about Spandau Ballet for quite some time, and then Pet Shop Boys. Who are you, Shades? You're a complicated man. And the other thing is, your slipper game is the most intentional I've ever seen. So you were telling me,
yes.
Let's just reset this.
Okay.
You have a pair of slippers for the shower.
Yes, I do.
And what are those shaped as? What kind of
They
slippers?
are
Largemouth bass.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And then you're telling me about your whole your flight strategy.
Yeah, I need flight slippers.
So when you get on a plane,
Yes.
which is often,
Right.
you have to make sure you have your flight slippers.
I need those, yes.
Yep.
Because
And now you've got some kind of croc-looking things.
actually these are Birkenstocks.
Okay, same. My bad.
Right. We don't do Crocs.
Okay, that's fine.
No, we
You leave that for the white people?
completely.
Yes.
The egg whites.
And what's his name? Mario Batali.
Yeah.
He can have them.
You can have them orange
He can-
things. Them big red, orange, whatever's.
Yeah, his career took a little bit of a turn.
Well, R.I.P.
But now you've got work slippers on.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have something, that's what I've known about you over the years. And by the way, thank you for doing the podcast.
Thanks for having
We
me.
go back a bit,
A while.
probably 7 years maybe.
A little bit.
Somewhere
Probably a
in
little
there.
bit more.
I don't know. I didn't do
don't
the
know.
math.
I never do math.
Yeah. That's why you paint.
That's about it. You see, my math is I'm probably the worst guy to talk to when it comes to like how long I've known you, how long I've been here, how long. Yeah, time is not of essence to me. It's actually the now at this moment because I can't really think about like how long I've known you. I
Yeah.
just know I know you, man.
Right.
Yeah,
And the other problem you have with time is that you don't sleep.
that's a true one.
So you average how much sleep a night?
Well, on a good week, I do like 3-4 hours maybe.
That's insane. And you don't always get it at one time.
No,
It'd be a quick 40 here.
right.
That
Like
wasn't-
I'll nod out in the chair.
Yeah.
And then I'll wake up. Dude, it's like that.
I just can't imagine
It's
your
amazing.
brain working that way.
Well, my
but
brain-
it works for you.
My brain
guess.
is fine,
Well,
But see, I'm in work mode. When I'm in work mode,
true.
that's what I do. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
when there's something of importance that I got to do, like I have tons of clients. You have to understand, I'm a one-man army,
Yes.
So
Same here.
Exactly, you can
An
understand.
assassin.
Boom.
Yeah.
Sneak in, sneak out.
Yeah.
But yeah, but for me to be on top of everything that I've promised to clients and do what I got to do, I have to hone my brain into thinking, okay, there's no reason for me to sleep right now
Right.
because I have things to do,
That's crazy.
So I just kick into
Sure.
gear.
Yeah.
And then because I know what I have to do. So
Right.
I'll be like, okay, well, I got to do this. I have no freaking calendar. Like,
Right.
I'll just be like I have to call a client and be like, oh, I forgot that it was you. Mm-hmm. But I got to do you. Okay, but I
Right.
got you.
Yeah.
And then I have to put him in
Yeah.
with the rest of the situation and then push it all
It's
together.
a lot of sprint. You sprint,
Love it.
sprint and pull,
Yep.
just dodging, ducking, weaving.
Right. Muhammad
A
Ali,
list-
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Float,
I'm floating.
stinging like a bee.
Boom.
Wow.
Floating like the butterfly.
Well, I do want to talk to you. So we're at your studio, which is at the famous 2000 Brooklyn building, where Dwelle lived right below you, and Jeremy Deputat and I had a studio above and over on the other side of the building.
Right.
But I met you, I think Rick Williams from Burn Rubber is the one who put us originally in contact. I did a portrait of Rick
Right.
for that portrait series that I was working on.
Yeah. which
And it was what was
dope.
cool about that project, and all these people are still my friends. Rick, Dwayne, you for sure, and there's several other people I still stay in regular contact with.
That was a
but-
good series.
It was fun, and it connected me all those people. But what I liked
Amazing.
about that Detroit thing was how generous everybody was. So I did Rick's portrait, and I didn't even ask him if he had a referral for anybody else. He's
Right.
like, "Hey, you know what? You should do shades."
There
He
you
does
go.
graffiti all over the world. And I didn't know who you were.
Shout out to Rick.
Shout out to Rick Williams.
There you go.
Burn Rubber.
Burn Rubber. Royal Oak.
And then
Main Street.
And then I found out, I'm doing some research on you, and you're just this globally really well-known graffiti artist. And I didn't even know at the time, me rolling in from Grand Rapids.
Right. The GR.
Well, I didn't know that graffiti artists could make a professional living.
Yes, we can.
I just thought most people just think it's something you see tagged up on stuff.
Yeah, they do.
And now you do big commissions for corporate stuff.
Yeah.
Chevy,
Yeah.
Fiat,
Yeah.
Quicken Loans.
Yeah.
Big stuff. These are big players.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And then I found that out, and then I met you, and you're one of the craziest people I've ever met.
Insane.
And you are. There's nobody like you, Shades. I don't know what it is.
I'm completely insane, man. And you're my friend.
I know. It doesn't. It's oil and water somehow.
I just love our friendship. Like,
you know what it is? You keep the egg whites
Right.
away from the yolk.
Exactly. And then, boom. See?
Oh, it's
Magic.
still delicious.
Magic.
You're still making omelets.
Magic happens.
One is an egg white omelet. One's a regular yellow omelet.
Right. And then, boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
We still can share breakfast.
Everybody.
Yeah.
See?
Bring it in.
It's all for the masses.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Our friendship is weird because you'll jump in. Like, I'll be, like, chilling. And next thing you know, I get a text. And you got some quick little whim that just hits you. Mm-hmm. You know.
Like doing a podcast.
Yeah, like, yo.
Oh, I heard you're back from Germany.
Yo, man. What's up? Let's do this podcast.
Is that what I say?
That's what
I say, hey, yo, man.
Hey, yo, what's up, man?
Hey, yo, man. And then when I roll into Detroit, I make sure I say, what up, doe?
Which, by the way, stop saying that, everybody.
It used to be a thing.
No, just stop saying it.
Yeah,
I don't
people
care. Okay, hopefully this makes it to like a video because I'm looking dead in the camera. Stop saying what up, doe. Seriously. It's bad. You know, it's in the equation to me of like people wearing D tattoos, you know?
Oh.
It's over, man.
I can't get it. What if I did what you did? Because your ink collection is pretty unbelievable. Because what I like about it is all Detroit brands that you loved as a kid. It's Faygo,
Yeah.
Better Made chips, which
Yeah.
you had at lunch yesterday.
I did, thank you.
Yeah. I
Plain.
was like, this guy is authentic.
Completely.
He said, I would like the Better Made potato chips plain.
Plain.
But
Hey.
you didn't do like Lay's.
No.
No.
No,
It's like
no.
you matched the tattoo.
You ain't hip to the J's, are you?
Well, I do. I am partial to their. That's the only one I like from them is the
hot chips?
No, the salt and vinegar ones.
From J's?
Yeah.
Okay.
But does Better Made have salt and vinegar?
Yeah, I think your guy had them yesterday.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So you
All right,
got
I'm gonna switch it up.
He's
I'm
got to
gonna-
pay more attention. Mark, he has no situational awareness.
Situational awareness. I just walk in like,
Yeah, you're like, hey.
Frankenstein coming into something.
I
Bolts in
am
my neck.
I am Brian. I will want some food. All
Well,
I
anyway.
see is the phone in front of me.
But you have all. I mean, you've always repped. This is an interesting transition for you because you've always been the guy when people wanted to think about cool Detroit.
Yeah.
Or what Detroit wasn't, like the stereotypes of what Detroit was in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, which was
Yeah.
decay and abandonment, was the
course.
narrative. But you were always the guy fostering and being a successful artist in a city that was dying.
Yeah.
And now the city's exploding, and we talked about that, and you have some, you're feeling a bit conflicted about it, and you're spending a lot more time in Europe.
Yeah, dude, I'm born and raised here.
Yeah.
And the big thing about it is, you can be somewhere and make it what it is. That's what I did. You handed me my life and I did what I could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You were in these circumstances.
I am that how they categorized Detroit back in the day of the Detroit black youth. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't graduate. I had specific skills, but didn't know where to put them. And, and it was just like this whole thing. But what was really funny was that I kind of put myself in there because my parents were like professionals.
Yeah.
But they were professionals with their own businesses, but at the same time, the businesses were, it was old Detroit.
Yeah.
It was, you could walk out your door and find crazy shit.
Yeah.
Our next door, literally across the street next door to us, was a methadone clinic. And my dad would get up every morning, open up his business, kick the methadone, kick the
Addicts out.
Yeah, the heroin addicts off the doors and off of our front stoops, and be like, gone. And then he would open up the doors. So I mean, if you wanted to find it, it was there.
But it was living all around you.
Oh yeah, it was chaos all the time.
Yeah.
Like even family life, because we lived on one side of the world to the other world. So it was the east side, west side. So we had this weird world. My dad had the businesses on the east side, and then we were raised on the west side. But I think this is where I get like the non-sleeping thing, because my dad, to this day, we never saw him sleep.
Really?
Right.
Like Dracula?
Exactly. Like we would fall asleep, and my dad, would be like, and then he would be up when we woke up. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be like, what the fuck is going on? And the funny thing is that we kind of inherited his position because we went to school on the east side also. So we went to Catholic school in grade school, and my brother went to Catholic school high school, and my other sister went to Catholic school high school. When we were talking about East Lane yesterday, my sister went to Regina, and my brother, Scott, went to Notre Dame, which were two schools right next to each other.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so with all that, like, we would go to school, like literally, check this out. We would wake up from the west side. Either we'll catch a bus or we'll do something, to get to school. That was early morning. That's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, because you got to get up because you got to make it to the east side.
Yeah, it's not a small trip.
That's a hike,
yeah,
right? So you get on the bus, bro. Check this out. You get on the Grand River bus all the way downtown to get to the Gratiot bus. Then you get on the Gratiot bus, and then you catch that. Now, mind you, this is Detroit back in the day. So that means we're talking about transportation moving at snail's pace.
Yeah.
And so you would have to get that and then catch the Gratiot bus and then get off at your school and then walk to school because it wouldn't drop you off right in front of the school, and then you would go to school. So that's like an hour and a half right there.
Just to get to school.
Just to get to school. Then you would get up. This is me too.
Yeah.
All of us. And what would happen is, like, we'll get off out of school. Either your dad would pick me up, or I catch a bus downtown, or whatever. I mean, back downtown to Detroit. Work until the sun goes down.
Yeah.
And when the sun is down, you got to restock the shelves.
Yeah.
My dad had a business on the other side. He had to finish shit there. So, it's either you sleep at the place or you stay up, you help,
Right.
and then we go home. It was crazy, man.
It was a hustle all the whole time.
It was an amazing hustle.
Did you struggle in school academically? Was it something?
No, that was one of the bad things about me, is that was why I left school, is because I was way past all that.
Right.
Because I went to Catholic school, and then when I got into my high school years, well, that's another story. I got kicked out of the Archdiocese. That's how many schools I went to.
Yeah. But why were you getting kicked out?
Let's just say this. I wasn't a bad kid, but mischievousness was my
have that
forte.
You still have that.
I am literally, I could stir your pot just sitting here staring at you. And I would do that. Dude, I would do it. And I had the key to that. And nobody liked it. Yeah. Teachers didn't like it.
Yeah, you just knew what buttons.
Oh, God, dude. I'm wicked with my tongue.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Dude, it's, you come at me and.
Yeah. I know. I've been victim of that a couple times.
And that's what I do. But it's all in love. Nobody realized that.
It is funny. It's great because you don't mean it. That's
it's
the great
love.
thing.
It's if I do that to you, it means that I appreciate you.
That's how you're just covering your tracks.
Of course, yeah, that too. But I can't stand you anyway.
Teachers, you're buttoning up against teachers. You're mischievous, and
the whole
to
thing.
The point where you're getting kicked out.
Yeah, but to the point, I got kicked out of a lot of schools, and my dad got tired of it. So by the time I reached into the high school level, it was enough of that. So when I was in 7th grade, eighth grade, heading into 8th grade, they were like, screw that. You can't go to school in the Archdiocese. Boom, boom, boom. So my parents were like, all right, public school. So they put me in a middle school. I don't know if you know what a middle school is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they put me in there, which is where I learned graffiti.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, it's literally the first time.
Was this Detroit public schools?
Detroit public school, right behind my father's store. That's how close it was. Like I could not get away from that. So they put me in this one school. What was the name of it? Knutson.
Oh, that's a
Knudson.
terrible name.
Knudson. And it was a middle school, and I loved it because it was just like I felt like I was in high school, but I wasn't, you know?
Right.
And I could act like an ass.
Yeah.
And
because it's public school now.
oh God, it was great.
No.
It was great. But then I surpassed that. But anyways, so the kid that taught me graffiti was in Knudson.
And this was a student, another kid,
Another
or
kid
wasn't an
that
instructor?
check this out. It was weird. I was standing around and I always drew these little drawings. Always wanted to draw graffiti. Don't know why. In my brain.
Yeah.
No pictures, no nothing. But I always drew these bubble letters and these little things, even from a kid. I would draw this. But see, I was learning how to do art through my brother. My brother was the artist. He's the guy that would do like hours and hours of pencil drawing. Like he would leave it, go back to it. I hated that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted something more immediate. Because look at me. I'm right?
Yeah.
So I wanted something that I could literally do fast.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what it was. So I kept drawing these little drawings. And then this one kid, dude, at Knudson, broke the mold. He walks past me. He was an implant. He was one of those kids that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They're like, well, new student, da-da-da-da-da. Turn around, and he's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's up? And so we weren't really like true friends. But then one day he came in, I think it was like the second or third week. And I looked, and he had on this blue jean jacket. And the placket of the Levi jacket, that one little placket in the back, you know, that one little screen, little window there, was painted. And it had like these little B-boys on it, and the graffiti was on it. And I thought it was the coolest thing I ever saw.
Yeah.
And
it's
I looked,
custom.
oh, dude, I looked at him and I go, whoa, 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 like that, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, what's up? I go, what is that? Like, who did that? How is that done? And what's going on? Because now, all of a sudden, it was what I wanted to do.
Right.
But I saw it in fruition.
Right.
And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's a path opened up
Completely.
in your brain to like.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he was an implant from New York.
Yeah.
Parents moved in, came to New York.
Sure.
But he was only there for like a summer or two. Right?
At your school.
Right. So he was like, I'll just show you.
Right.
So he showed me. He was like, these are the letters. This is what you do, blah, 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 blah. And I remember one time he taught me all these letters and all this stuff. And then another day, he's walking around and I go, whoa, hey, come here. Because I'm doing all these letters and I'm showing him. Like I said, I think he was like a grade up for me.
Yeah.
I think he was a grade up. And I'm showing him and I'm like, yo. And he's like, oh, that's badass. That's cool, you know? And then the next thing you know, we're on. This is how Detroit was. I'm going to tell you, this is to show you how Detroit was and how, like, easy it was to do things. We're on the playing field, you know, like during lunch.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him and I'll go, bro, now that you're showing me how to do these letters, how do I get it up on that thing? Because he was running around town putting his name up.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do you do that? And he goes, what, put my name on the wall? Like that, right? And he goes, like this. And he literally, I swear to God, it was the most beautiful thing I ever saw in my life. To this day, it still rewinds in my head. And I'm like, holy cannoli. He grabs in his pocket the Levi jacket, pulls out a miniature can. Remember those cans that you bought for spraying your cars, your little, the little cans?
Yeah.
He had one in his pocket. He walks over, literally through everybody, goes straight over because the back end of the playing field was garages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it was
sure.
like the
Yeah.
back of the garages of homes.
Sure.
He walks literally over to the garage and looked at me. He goes, like this. And he literally wrote his name in black letters and put dude, it was the most beautiful thing I ever saw in my life. And I looked at him and I go like this. I go, wow. And from then on, bro, the only thing I wanted was spray paint cans, pencils, and markers.
That was it.
That's all I wanted.
And then you started. When did you start tagging buildings and things like from that, like a traditional sense of just going out and just finding surfaces to paint?
I found whatever I could.
Yeah.
Literally.
But you were always sketching. Even now, you know, you do a lot of sketching
Completely.
on the iPad and
Everywhere.
But you're sketching all the time.
All
but
the
at
time.
the time back then, so you see this guy tag this garage.
Yeah.
And you're like, now I can become a persona that
crazy.
people will know.
Yeah, but I had to find a name.
Yeah.
My first name, Mr. Yagaboo.
No. Wait, Mr. Yagaboom?
Mr. Yagaboom.
Where does that come from? Because that doesn't sound
Anything. Right.
It
It's the
doesn't
worst.
sound very cool.
It's the worst. Actually, it was a nickname that a kid gave me because I was not like everybody. You got to understand, like, I came from a Catholic school
Yeah.
and a professional family. And then you're going to shove me in the public school system. So that means my mindset is a little bit different. So there goes your Billy Idols and all your shit, right? Because now I got both worlds. I got your Billy Idol, Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
And then over here, I got Houdini, Curtis Blow,
Yeah.
and all that. So there's your mix. Boom.
Yeah.
But I never could shake. I was always in the middle. There was no way I could, you know what I'm saying? There's no,
Yeah.
my mindset couldn't go this way or my mindset couldn't go this way. I had to figure out how to put them all together.
But to me, I guess if I had rewound or if I fast forward what you just said, it's why you work so well in the corporate world, and you have a very quick, you get a pulse on people instantly,
Exactly.
and it seems to me that you are able to connect, adapt. You're still you,
Right.
but you find whatever is that rhythm you can have with any individual.
Oh, yeah, because I was everywhere.
Yeah.
My parents would put me in any situation,
Yeah.
and that's what you would have to do. Like in school, like either you get your ass whooped or you try to find a way up out of it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Especially in public school.
Yeah, I
You
can
know what I
imagine.
mean? Yeah.
Because I know those are rough, especially in Detroit. They're always like, systematically underfunded and,
Oh, it's beautiful.
Pressures of everything.
It was great.
You-
I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. The only problem that I found,
But so why didn't you graduate?
I didn't graduate. This is the problem. That's why that was what I was going into. The only thing that I found out is that because I had the education of Catholic school,
Yeah.
what they were doing in public school at the level of 10th and 11th grade is what I did in the 8th in Catholic school back then.
Sure, yeah.
So the books that they were handing us, I would take them, finish them, because I already knew them. So I would finish the books, hand them to the teacher, get on my skateboard, skate away. Piss them off.
Yeah.
See? There you go. Mischievous,
Yeah.
a little cocky maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. But I did that because I was over it.
Yeah.
I was over, the whole, because I was going to school when schools were getting shot up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I went to Murray Wright, which is nicknamed Murder Wright then, because, there was a kid that we knew that lived right behind my dad's store that went in and got mad at one of the kids at Murray Wright and went back home and waited for the football game to start, and he shot up the football game with a sawed-off shotgun. So it was all this stuff happening.
Yeah.
You don't understand what I'm saying? Like, it was this weird vibe.
Tumultuous, but you also had maybe found something that you probably didn't know, weren't thinking about doing as a business, but at least as you found a path forward with art.
Yeah, it was an outlet.
Academically in school, you're like, nah,
Right.
this isn't even challenging to me.
It wasn't. I was
So,
over it. Because
yeah.
the further I went up, the more I knew.
Right.
There.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, if I had stayed in Catholic school and I got kicked out of the Archdiocese, I'd be a monster right now.
Right.
I'd be your, Neil deGrasse Tyson. But
Neil.
NGT. Right? But yeah, but then at that time you couldn't. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it was either stick around, fight, fend for your life, or split, get on a skateboard, and hang out at Wayne State with all the cool kids because there was a mixture of people that I could get along with.
Yeah. So did you end up just leaving school early, like in senior year, or just left?
Not
or
even
what?
senior year. I made it to 10th grade, and I was like, fuck this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I made it to
And then
10th
you
grade
went-
to the end, and then I was like, all right, I'm over it.
And then did you move out of your house and all that? Or
No,
how
I
did you
did-
start bouncing around?
I started bouncing around, I think I was around 15 or 16, and I decided, okay, I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. And I ended up living around the streets, doing some really crazy stuff, because then at that time, my brain, now I found a place to go, but where I found the place to go was more or less the place where you could do anything and no one would judge you because everyone was like you.
Yeah.
Like it was like the island of broken children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like seriously, Wayne State University and CCS back in the day was the Isle of Broken Children. Because everyone that went there was literally not a part of what they were coming from.
Yeah, they're
And
on a
then
different frequency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when we found each other, that's when, ska, punk rock, all these songs, all this
everything.
music, Danzig. You got all these things going through your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, suicidal tendencies and all this stuff. These are bands, not suicidal tendency, but all these different bands and all these different kids and all this different stuff. And then you got the white kids hanging out with the black kids and the black kids hanging out with the white kids. And it was like this melting pot. And it just blew my mind. And I went crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to get high. And I don't give two rats ass what anybody says.
Right.
And it was beautiful. It was the most amazing time.
You had a good run with drugs and alcohol.
Oh my God, I loved it. I did. It was probably that was probably one of the times that I sit there and I go, you know what? I'm glad I made it out alive.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade it for shit.
How many times do you think you could have died during those years?
Oh my God, how many? Shit, you got an abacus? I know, right?
Yeah.
Seriously, because there was millions of times me passing out, me creating problems, me doing stupid stuff, me just doing really dumb stuff that would put me in the most precarious positions. And this is old Detroit,
Yeah.
so this means
There was no safety net.
No.
Like it was survival of
this was not. This is Detroit when Detroit was like, you are on your own.
Yeah.
And if you find a way to keep afloat, it's not legal.
Yeah. Well, for sure.
Right.
Because there wasn't much anything legal to offer people.
No, I'm talking about keeping yourself
Opportunity.
afloat
Yeah.
socially.
Yeah.
Like forget about like making money. I'm talking about literally keeping yourself socially afloat and not getting your ass whooped and being in Cass Corridor and getting high and all the rest of that. You were not a legal, upstanding individual.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it was an aisle of broken people on cast for sure.
And I was the leader.
The ringleader.
Oh yeah, just
But
call
during
me.
that time, were you still working on art and graffiti and tagging stuff, or you were just surviving and
Off and
partying?
on. Off
Yeah.
and on. There was no, like I was painting, but then I was like, screw that, I want to get high.
Yeah, and you disappeared for a while.
Oh my God, I would disappear so long. My parents would be like, is he dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like seriously, my dad used to come and hunt me down. I used to hang out on the corner at the nigga tree.
Oh yeah. We might go see that today. I'm not sure if we'll have time, but
Yeah,
so tell me the story of this tree, because I did a portrait of you a long time
I know,
ago
and you
there.
suck for blowing that, dude. That
Well,
was
I
really
have-
bad. I'm not having it. And you know what? I'm not going back to the nigga tree so you can actually
Do it properly?
Right. No, I'm not having it. I'll accept that version and you can put that out.
I'll post
because
it.
that's what needs to be seen. Is the mistake that happened at the nigga tree by Brian.
It's a beautiful metaphor
It is.
for life of
Dude,
everything, right?
Completely.
So, well, anyway,
I screwed
just
up
to
at
tie-
the-
I
screwed
didn't
up at the
screw it up.
entry.
Listen, it's
Not
just the
entry.
The lighting, I didn't. I have the photos. It's not like they're gone. I just didn't light it in a way that meets my standards at the time.
Live with it.
Do you remember my legs were all ashy there? No, you texted a photo of my legs to Dwayne, and I was like, ashy? You've never seen a white guy get ashy skin.
That
on
was
down
young
by-
Brian, bro. That's when you had the phone case that had your name on it.
Yeah.
He's like, look at my phone case. It's got my name on it. It's really cool.
It was my logo.
Right,
It was my
whatever.
You're wearing a logo. What are you saying?
This
Come
ain't
on.
got my name. Do you see my name? His whole phone, it was black and it had white.
Yeah.
Right across it. Brian Kelly photos right here. Not even a
great.
website. It just said his name in photos.
Well, everybody knew which phone was mine.
Oh, wow. And
All
ashy
right,
legs.
so back to the tree. And ashy, well, that was a temporary thing. I just lotioned up and it went away. It was good. And
I just licked my hands and wiped my... It was great.
so I went to... so anyway, we did this port, but we went to this place that was significant to you, because explain this tree, where it was in the city, and the activity that went down there.
Right.
And I believe you told me a story about, I don't know if it was almost getting killed there or
No,
something like
I
that.
did. Yeah, it was some weird chick went
So-
down. That tree, if that tree could talk.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, let's make your listeners understand where it's at.
Yeah.
It's in Cass Corridor off of Second and Prentice. There was a party store there. It was good enough to stand there and not get harassed by the police because it was Cass Corridor. And we just made a spot because we didn't mess with people. All we wanted to do was just drink. It was a cast of characters all the time, standing at this corner, right there on the corner by the party store, every day, diligently, for at least about 4 to 5 years. The reason why we call it the nigga tree is because this tree on our corner, because this is like when they were trying to beautify Wayne State, they planted a tree. Literally, this small little tree. Dink. And they did it all the way down this path. And we're like, what? They put trees here? What the? Right? And we literally watched that tree grow. And the significance of that tree is that that's what we always called it, because that was our meeting place. So if we were anywhere or anything, this was before cell phones, this was before anything, text messages, whatever, we would yell at each other and be like, yo, at each window or wherever, meet me at the nigger tree. You know what I'm saying? Or meet me at this tree, you know. And that was like the place that you could always find us for anything. But anything and everything that could happen negative was established there for me.
Crazy, yeah.
Like anything. I learned that I was a bad thief.
You were a bad thief.
Yeah, I learned that I can't steal, and my lying sucks.
Really?
Yep. That's why I'm pretty.
But addicts and people, they lie all the time. But
All the time.
But you were getting busted all the time.
Never even took me all the time. It took me once.
Yeah.
Yeah, my lying took me. My lying came to a point. My stealing came once. My lying came to this huge point.
Yeah.
Till literally, it was so embarrassing. It went so big. My lying went so big till I lied to so many people till I believed it.
You
and
convinced yourself.
Whoa, wait a minute. It came out in print. And when I saw it in print, I was like, right? You know what I mean?
Someone's gonna fact check
yeah,
that.
you just shake your head.
Yeah.
And that was probably the point of my life that, because I literally put a lot of people in jeopardy.
Explain the in print part. So there was something written about you? An
Yeah.
article about you as an artist?
Yeah.
And you're going through this time, you're painting, you're developing your art career, but
I'm
you're
the-
also raging party alcoholic.
Yeah. Oh God, I was the
Just-
worst of the worst.
But so somehow you get a feature on you. Mm-hmm. So what was the lie in print?
Everything.
All of it?
Most of it. Most of it. Yeah, because that was the point of me, because I didn't want to be me.
Right.
I thought me being me was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought me being from the east side, west side, learning graffiti wasn't cool enough.
Yeah.
Because I was always brought up, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I grew up in these weird schools. So being a black kid in all white schools, you get ridiculed. And then being the black kid from the white schools, because you don't talk like them,
Yeah.
look like them, being ridiculed.
Yeah.
So I was never felt cool. So the only person that actually treated me right was the graffiti artist,
Yeah.
right?
But that's ironic too, because I think your brand now, and what I think of you, is one of the coolest cats I've ever met.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's weird how it came from this place.
It's working. It's working.
It's either the lies working on me, or you actually are cool.
It's working.
No, but to see that now become almost this, your whole life and lifestyle is authentic, but it has this veneer of like amazing. You know, you're living in Germany, you travel, you're doing these big commissions, you've got cool bikes, you've got great clothes. It's just everything is on it. You know, it's full throttle. I know you live that way, and I know it's all true. That, you know what I mean? It's all real. But it's just funny that it came from a place that was 180 opposite
Completely.
of how you felt as a kid.
Completely. Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah.
Like, you think it's cool. But to me, I still, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were just talking about the slipper thing,
Yeah.
like, before this cast. And you're like, well, it seems so, it's like a lot of effort. But it's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ride a bike that's conducive to what I want. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It looks cool to you, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm like, yo, that motherfucker gets me to point A to point B.
No, you do
Like,
right.
that's my transportation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're like, oh, look at your studio. Okay, well, dude, this is like a working studio. It
Yeah.
just so is that I have, like, you know, ADHD. So I try to keep everything so it can be organized. So when I try to look for something, it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what looks
It's all survival.
completely, and everything here is utilitarian.
I don't think the slippers are survival, but that's
Okay,
just a
maybe they're
comfort
not.
thing. You were telling me that you just want to be comfortable.
I do. At a certain age, you have to come to a point and be like, all right, look, I'm going to be comfortable because I don't.
I want my largemouth bass slippers
Please,
when I shuffle down to the shower.
I want to shuffle. I want you to hear me. When my feet slide across the ground, I want you to hear me. Loudmouth bass.
No, but what I meant by, like, it seems exhausting, like, I just don't think of it that way. I don't go, oh,
Well,
man,
not
I need
everybody's.
slippers.
Hold on. Not everybody's wearing. What do you call these shoes? What we got?
Now, you're going to get on my
No, come
my
on.
Allbirds are made of recycled.
Exactly. Ain't
material.
nobody ain't nobody like you, man. Like, ain't nobody living the IG life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all like, I see these ads on IG that you wearing on your feet. You know what I mean? And and you got the sweater game. Don't play me like that. Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Pause. He gonna play me like, oh yeah, look at your life, your stuff and everything, and everything I see.
No,
see.
I don't-
So
I'm just saying,
this guy has
I
a
haven't-
sweater for every occasion in a day.
True. And
He's
a lot
like-
of them don't fit anymore because I got thin, and then I was confident, and that's when I bought all these sweaters, right? I
Right.
was like, I could not have enough zipper sweaters.
Okay, yeah, because you was
Because
like
I
in
was
the
feeling it was fit.
You like
I
that
was fit.
right?
And it was like they looked good on me finally.
Wow.
Because I wasn't what I am now.
Okay,
And now the sad part about life,
Is?
Shades, is I'm going to tell you right now.
please.
Is when you put all the weight back on.
Okay,
Do you know what a sad thing it is to see all my stacks of sweaters folded at the top of my closet?
just sit.
And occasionally I'm like, oh, maybe that one will still fit.
The-
Maybe.
what-
And then I put it on.
And you're-
And it's as if Chris Farley put on a child's jacket.
Stop.
You know?
Fat
Like
man in a
just-
little coat.
Yes.
No, stop.
That's sad.
I think you're playing me.
That's the real. I don't have the. I still own the collection. I can't wear the collection.
dang.
So I either have to buy fatter sweaters now,
Or lose some more weight.
But I don't know if I can do that.
I don't
anymore.
want you to,
No, it looks good on me, right?
dude. This is how
carry
I
it
know
okay.
you. Yeah, you're very. You. What you call stout.
A portly, handsome man.
There you go.
There it is.
See,
Yeah, I'm okay.
right.
I'm all right with it.
I'm feeling this, man.
Don't ask
Actually-
my cardiologist.
Actually,
about it.
put the sweater on. Feel good about it because you
And it's
spent your
too
money.
short.
Who
The
cares?
sleeves are up to here.
You can't do that. Come on, dude. The weight there ain't gonna mess with the length of your arms.
It's broader.
Whatever,
and
dude.
It pulls the sleeves.
Stop. I can't. I'm not falling for that. You can take that someplace
How
else.
did this get about me being fat?
Because
you were cracking on me about zipper sweaters and lifestyle, but what I was saying about the intentionality of what seems exhausting about having very specific slippers for a specific purpose
right.
is that to me it seems weird to go, okay, slippers. I like the idea of comfort slippers, but I then need to just section this off. Okay, these are for when I go to the shower. This is another pair for when I get on an airplane.
Right.
And then another pair when I'm working.
Why is that such a hard thing to do?
I don't know. My brain just doesn't work that way.
So what? You just gonna sit on the airplane for 7 hours in the shoes and like kick off your
No,
shoes?
just wear comfortable shoes. You don't have to take them
No,
off, dude.
man, no,
Try
your
some
feet-
Allbirds,
No,
baby. ALLBIRDS.
This is not a sponsorship. And he is not
I'm not
pushing
even going to
us.
start on shoes. Just let it be known Shades has an incredible sneaker collection, and it's ridiculous. I want to know what your annual spend is on sneakers.
You don't want to know.
Do you know what it is?
No,
Because you can't know.
I can't. I'll buy a shoe, and I'm like, my girl, she like, we go through this thing, and now it's gotten down to, I've gotten good. When I finish a project, I am able to buy a pair of shoes. But there's no rooftop to that. You know what I'm saying? There's no cap to that.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can buy one pair of shoes. But now I'm sitting around, I'm going, damn, them Travis Scotts look pretty good. What is that price on there? $500?
Well, I did just finish the job.
Right.
Cha-ching. Add to cart.
Yep. So I'll do. You know, I don't have a cap yet, and I'm pretty sure it's coming really soon. But yeah, she doesn't let me. She doesn't let me do what I gotta do.
All right,
She won't let me be great.
let's hop back. Is there anything else we need to say about that tree? But at
Yeah,
what
the
point,
tree-
what
the tree
point is
itself,
the
the tr-
bottom. So you're going through this time. You're spending 4 or 5 years basically drinking and hanging around and doing drugs all up and down.
Yeah, 365 days a year, bro.
Cass Avenue. Mm-hmm. You're living like a rat, basically.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude.
Just like
I was homeless,
Yeah.
running around, drinking on an excessive rate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from morning to night.
Yeah.
Passing out. I think that's where I get the sleep deprivation too, and waking up because I didn't want to get, you know, if you sleep in an alley or somewhere, you wake up or something weird. You don't want to be caught. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So I learned how to sleep standing up. I learned how to sleep, you know, like you jimmy a door in an apartment building, and then you go down in the basement towards the back end because there's like a washroom down there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you go past the washroom, there's another door, and then you could just go into the door and sleep in there for the night, and then wake up early and get out of there. And then, there's a lot of things that I've done like that.
But so when do you eventually hit a bottom?
Puberty?
When do you eventually hit the bottom? That's like, I can't do this anymore. You're still painting as an artist.
Yeah, I'm painting and doing all kinds of stuff, but the one thing that came to the head of, okay, this is it. I had this idea, because after, like I told you, utilitarian is my lifestyle, and it has to work, even when I was a drunk. And I ended up working at a car dealership, had a small little job, right? And I ended up getting the work gear, the Dickies gear, that repels oil and everything, right? Because you're working in the garage.
Yeah.
But I wasn't working in the garage. I was the guy that you came to yell at the garage because I told you what you needed to have done, right? So we had these jackets. I still got one. It's in the closet. I keep it like a trophy.
Yeah.
Said my name.
It says
It
Tony.
was, yep. And it was blue, zip up, and I had the pants and the shirts to go with it. So it was the whole blue gear.
Yeah.
Those will resist like any type of thing.
Yeah.
So when I ended up getting fired from that job, I ended up, because, I ended up drinking again and just acting all little boggy. And what happened was I used to pass out in the streets in it. You know what I'm saying? And when I would wake up, I could just do this.
Keep going.
Yeah. Or if there's a stain, get some
right.
water.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, wow. It's great. Right?
So you took
That was my gear.
jumper that was from your job you got fired from, but now you're
Now it's
basically-
gear.
Now it's your house.
Now it's gear.
Yeah.
Yep. House, life, the whole nine. Can't stand hair.
Hair.
Me. I ended up hanging out, found a place to stay with someone that lived in a loft, and they had cats. She had cats.
Oh.
And they were miniature little white cats. Well, it was a big one, and then it had kittens while I was there. And so it was these little white cats all over the place. So when I would enter, because she wasn't like the cleanest person on the planet, and it wasn't my home.
Right.
And I was just staying there because she would let me. And I would take off my jacket and take off my pants, fold them up, and then put them up way up high. You know what I'm saying? Because,
Cats.
yeah, I mean, you couldn't roll it. It was horrible. It was horrible, like literally. And so one day, after all these years, man, out of ducking and dodging and living in cars and, you know what I'm saying, fighting, getting busted, concussions, all this shit, man. I come home one night, drunk out of my mind. I mean, like when I say like literally, so drunk till I lost who I was. For real.
Yeah.
And
Almost an out-of-body drunk.
completely. And I've had a million of those, but I've always kept composure of certain things that meant things to me.
Yeah.
And I walked into the place. I'll never forget it. I could feel my body right now as I walked in. It was like walking like a scarecrow. And I couldn't get out of my clothes. I just needed to get some sleep. And I passed out on the bed, which was like cat heaven for these kittens.
Yeah.
Her bed was like cat heaven. So there was like a layer of cat hair, white cat hair. But I could care less. I just needed to pass out. So I passed out, and I woke up, and it was like a sunny day, but it was still cold. I'll never forget it. I think it was like a April day, you know, like when it's like really hot when the sun comes in, but if you open up the window, it's cold out. Mm-hmm. And I remember like I could feel the sun on this side, and I was like, oh God, right? And I'm waking up, and I look down, and as I roll over, I am head to toe in cat white hair, like head to toe. And I don't know what it was, but it was that.
It was that.
It was that.
It was the cat hair.
That was the last of everything for me. I was like, all right, do you want to die? Or do you need to do something?
Oh.
And I had a friend that I tried to get sober with in the past or whatever, and we dated and whatever. And I called her up and I go, I need help. You know what to do because you're the sober one.
Right.
And you've been that for years, so let's do this. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. And I'm literally
You're like, yeah, I got cat hair all over me.
No, it was hit. I was hit.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
Like, because I lost who I was.
Right.
That was the last of it. And she came and got me and drove me out to Ann Arbor. All the way from Rochester. She came down in Rochester with her kid, and they picked me up, and I gave them a cat. Yep. Nice. And, yeah, because it was a kid, and they didn't have homes.
Right.
So I gave the little girl a kitten.
Cat.
And I was like,
I'm Tony.
I'm Tony. Well, she knew me. And then they drove me out to Ann Arbor and dropped me off. Yeah, and that's where I stayed. Well, that was the first run, but then I came right back in a week. Like
you got well enough, and then you're like, you went back out.
Yeah, I went back downtown, and this is when Library Street was just like this weird. It was the only place in the city that had stores that were kind of like decent. Library Street, that street now. And Lee, this woman, she had a coffee house with her husband. And I used to frequent it all the time in my sober time. And then I just disappeared. And I'll never forget, like I came back downtown, had some money, got sober. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Because
right.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like my body's going, okay, you're fine.
Yeah.
I go back down, and it didn't take long, bro. I got really wasted, and I crawled to Lee because she was the only person in the city that was the last that would listen to me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I literally had put myself in no man's land.
No one wanted to hear you.
Oh, no, it was no man's land for me.
Yeah.
And so I went to Lee, and I go, I need your help. And I looked at her and her husband because it was early in the morning. I fell asleep in front of the coffee shop. There was a coffee shop called Café des Trois right there on Library Street. And she goes, what's the matter? And I go, I need you, I beg you, to drive me back to Ann Arbor. This is like just overnight. It just took me like 24 hours to figure out this was not going to happen.
Yeah.
And her and her husband, before they opened up the door, they went in, made me a coffee, or 2 or 3. I mean, I'm stinky, I'm smelly. I look like I really was hit. And they put me in the back of their car, and they drove me out to Ann Arbor, bro. And they closed the store, and they were like, come on, do you know where to go? And I'm like, nope. And this is when computers were just happening. This is when cell phones were just happening. And so she was like, I'll look it up. What's the name of it? And I'm like, it's Dawn Farms, da-da-da-da. And I ended up, they brought me there, and I never left.
Dawn Farms, is that like a clinic? A rehab
clinic? It's
clinic?
like a rehab facility out in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
And they kind of like run Ann Arbor when it comes to sobriety.
Sure.
Yeah.
So how long of a stretch did you do there? Just enough that you...
I didn't actually do Dawn Farms. I actually did Dawn Farms, just the recovery center that they have. Like it's just called the rehab center, where you just spend a week.
Yeah.
And then they cut you loose. Because I wasn't a resident of that area.
Sure.
I was a resident of Wayne, not Washington. So I had to stay in the $8 million amazing fucking. It was an $8 million homeless shelter.
Wow.
Yeah, the Delana Center. And they cut me loose from there, and they're like, well, you got to stay there. They're like, we can't even put you in Dawn Farms. We can't put you anywhere. They're like, the only option we have for you is you work out here somewhere and you live in the homeless shelter until you find yourself at a three-quarter house, which is a three-quarter house that you pay to stay in with other sober people.
Yeah.
And then you're under obligation to show that you're sober, go to meetings, and all the rest of that.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I'm locked because I need this.
Yeah, you had to get.
I need this.
You had to find an anchor.
Yes.
Again.
And I wasn't going back to Detroit.
Yeah.
So I went to the homeless center. Slept in chairs, ate their food. Food was amazing. They had chefs that came in and cook. Fresh food from all the markets.
Yeah.
Right? I ended up, it went so fast till I was so diligent till if someone tells you can't do it, I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, hey.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fine then. I can find a three-quarter house. And it just so happened the three-quarter house had an opening around the corner, and I had just got a job. And I was like, all right, cool. And I ended up staying there. And
Was this the job you had as a garbage man?
That didn't come until afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing roofs.
Still love Shades the Garbage Man.
I love Shades the Garbage Man. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite jobs of all time, bro.
I know you've always said that.
No, like for real.
What was it about the act of just riding on a truck and emptying garbage?
It wasn't just that. It was the whole thing that it would give you. It gave you freedom. It gave you a nice workout. It was clean. And it had probably one of the best feelings of I've accomplished something in a day.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I would never, if I could throw still, I would be a garbage man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't even hesitate.
Did you see the Charlie Sheen, whatever?
Yeah. Men at Work.
Was it Men at Work?
Yeah.
They were garbage men?
Bro, I know
Was it
every
real?
garbage truck, everything. And no, it was not real.
No.
But no, I mean, like, seriously, anything that could happen to you in garbage happened to me the first month.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, shit blew up on me. Like, literal shit.
Yeah.
Maggots.
Yeah.
Everything. But once you learn the technique and what you got to do and how to do things, it becomes the most amazing job you ever want to have.
And I can see just the repetitiveness of just the motion of it, like speeding up, slowing down, you get off. You can just go into a space.
Love
right?
it.
Because you don't really.
Nope.
It's just mechanical.
Yep.
And it's
you're
almost
the
a
engine.
meditation, a relaxation.
You're the engine.
Yeah.
You are literally the gear.
Yeah.
You don't have.
Right.
There's no. The speed that you set is the speed that you go. Mm-hmm. That's why I like riding fixies.
Yeah.
Because the speed that I set is the speed that I go. I like control.
Yeah.
And that was control. And you were by yourself. So you would throw because we had the mechanisms then, the trucks, the proper trucks. I got fired after it went automated because my brain went into mush. It wasn't physical.
Yeah. Well, bring me back. Are you still painting during this time?
No.
Just focused on sobriety?
I just wanted to get,
living,
I was like, let me I was into the 401k.
Yeah.
And I wanted a house in Ann Arbor with a big yard. I did. That's all I wanted because that was my mentality. I thought that was like the way to go.
So how do you get back to Detroit and then start painting again? And then I know I'm trying. I'd love to. It's hard because the story.
If we
just
talked
for 5 hours,
this is a 6-7 hour.
Oh, for sure.
For real. Like this could be literally probably one of the longest podcasts you ever could have because my life literally is a freaking movie, and it cannot be said. It cannot be said in short synopsis to get the full range of what I'm.
No, I
what
know,
I've done.
and especially when you're living that many lows and incredible highs and everything else that's happening. It seems like even in your sobriety of how long have you been clean now? Long time.
Yeah, like 17, 18 years.
Still crazy stuff happens to you all the time.
All the time. Yeah,
It's always some story. It's amazing. You tell me some story, and it's like, how does this even happen? How do you intersect? This energy you have, whatever it is, attracted to you, it seems to be kind of this beautiful chaos.
It's ridiculous, beautiful chaos.
Yeah.
Literally. Like it's I can't like you're saying, like I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I'll be sitting here and I'm like, huh? Did that just happen? You know what I'm saying? Like I'll sit down and I'll be like, wow. That just did not happen. Because, you know, I mean, okay, but I live my life vicarious. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have any type of thing. Like if anybody asks me how do I live my life, like you might have a business plan.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I just do.
You're right.
And you know, like all these different things, like all these people are like, how do you do this or how do you do? I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's parallels to that even in my business. Like, people always want to get started. They want to go grab coffee and see how you did it. It's like there is no path. What I did won't work for you, and what I'm doing won't work for somebody else.
No.
But it's, you know, what happened between you and me. The commonality of our business is we just did it. We just somehow.
Yeah, I had no other choice though.
Yeah.
Neither did you.
Oh, I was talking to Dwelle about that yesterday. It's just like I don't have an out. I don't have any other plan B.
No.
I don't know what else to do.
Nobody wants me to do anything else.
Right.
They don't. Like I'll try all kinds of shit, but I'll succeed
no one's
and fail.
ever come to me and said, "Hey, Brian, we like you and your business, but I think you should come work for us full time." No one's ever said that.
No one's ever said that.
No one's coming.
What's the matter with us?
They're like, he seems fine doing this little whatever else he's doing.
Yeah.
Just leave him alone.
He's a broken toy.
A misfit?
Yep.
No, I'm not. Well,
You are.
not in the way that you explained it, but I do sort of feel artists in general are on another frequency.
We have
and
no
just
other
kind of like out.
Yeah, we
bit.
all go into a different world.
Yeah. Mark, real quick, will you snap just some BTS with your phone too?
Oh, yeah.
When you get to it. But just that sort of idea of like your entire income is based on what your mind and your hands produce.
Everything.
And that is, and for me, you know, it's Cameron, whatever. But it's just an unusual way to do it because no one needs what we have. We're not selling milk and sugar and flour and, you know, it's not a car. It's not something utilitarian.
Nope.
This is, all right. Done? We could have done that. You can do that anytime.
All right, man. It's put down. I'm putting down the phone now for everyone that's not in looking at the video because I'm upsetting him and throwing him off his game because I'm over here taking selfies and other stuff.
Yeah, we're taking selfies.
Whatever, bro.
Anyway, nobody needs what you're doing. Like, it isn't, you're not curing cancer.
I'm curing everything.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm curing. You know what I'm curing? I'm curing the mundane, nasty, dreary monotony that you walk through every day, and I'm giving you a whole new perspective on life by adding a splash of color.
I like that. I like where that's going.
You like that?
Well, there's truth to it.
Of course there is.
Yeah. But my point is it's more of a want than a need. You know?
Yeah, completely.
It's not a...
No, I am not. Yeah, I am not a need.
Right. Because you can throw a fresh coat of a solid paint color
and you're
on a building and you're
you
freshened it up.
You could just do your thing.
You can just whatever.
Yeah.
But when you commission shades to...
I am a
paint,
specialty.
Yeah. And it takes a particular type of person to want what you do.
Of course.
And what it looks like.
Yeah, you can't.
Because you have a voice through your work. It's very consistent. Like, you know a Shades mural when you see a Shades canvas. It's obvious that you created it.
Yeah, people have, actually, a lot of people have, within the years. Who was I talking to a couple of days ago? They're like, I can look at something and see that you did it.
Yeah. No, it's for real.
You know? And
that's what you strive for as an artist.
Exactly. Like, if someone sees it, you're like, okay, that's who did it. Yeah. Or that's who did it. And that's probably one of the coolest feelings. You know, when he told me that, I was like, really? Because at first I was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about it and you're like, what? But then it comes off and you're like, holy cap. I literally have made something into a recognizable situation that is mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everyone wants that one thing that everybody goes, such and such did that, or such and such did that.
Right.
And we've come up with
same
that.
thing. Like, to use
Yeah.
like cliches, it's like you knew a Picasso, you knew a Rembrandt.
Everybody, yeah.
You knew,
Everybody sees a Brian
Rothko,
Kelly.
You see a Rothko.
Bro, someone looks at your photo, they know you did it.
I'll bring it. All right, here we go.
Seriously.
No, thank you.
But I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, I can look at certain things, and I know it's a Brian Kelly joint.
Well, and there's photographers I respect, and now you follow them. It's like, I don't even need to see their name. I'm sure you have the same in whatever stuff you're looking at, other creators and other mediums. It's like, if you admire their work, like, you don't even need to, you see it coming down, scrolling through your phone. It's like,
Yep.
who shot that.
Well,
I know
yeah,
who painted-
you can see just a little bit.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Wayne Lawrence. You can
Yeah.
see his stuff, and literally, his hands are all on that.
Yeah, he's a monster, Wayne Lawrence. I have so much respect for that guy.
I love that guy's shit.
Yeah, and he shot you for.
Nat
were you
Geo.
on the cover of Nat Geo?
Nat Geo.
You were on the cover. Shades from Detroit. Tony Agee.
The alcoholic.
The gutter drunk.
Yep.
Living
The
in cars, in alleys, and basements.
That guy.
has transcended
To-
enough that a renowned photographer, Wayne Lawrence,
Yep.
who's from, I think he's from, what's the beach in Brooklyn? Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's from New York.
Yep.
Comes here to this studio with his
This
big
one.
camera,
This one.
and he creates a portrait of you that becomes the cover
Ridiculous.
of National Geographic magazine.
Exactly.
And you're the face of Detroit. Explain how that happens from Tony, who should have died 5,000 times.
5,000 or more.
Yeah. Throwing garbage with maggots
Yep.
and shit all over you
Yep.
in Ann Arbor, trying to get sober, just hanging on,
Yep.
found something.
Little
Fast
light.
forward 20 some years,
Yep.
and you're on the cover of National
A
Geographic.
fucking National Geo fucking graphic. Do you know how that felt? That was the weirdest time. Because you know what?
And it wasn't that long ago. It was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was like
maybe?
3 some years ago.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, hold on, pause. I was literally going on the cover as I was having one of the biggest, hugest clients that I've ever had, and I was taking care of them, and I wasn't even in town when it dropped. So when I saw it, I didn't even see it. People were showing it on me on Facebook.
Right.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
The only time I saw it was probably 2 days later because I was too busy painting a mural.
Right.
So go figure. You know what I mean? Like something that's the most ridiculous fucking thing. It's like you're sitting there going, I want to run National Geographic, but I haven't even seen it. But everybody else has.
Right. That's just if you could sum up your life, that is the mystery of Shade's life, with your incredible talent, your drive, your perseverance.
Right.
Like that's the abridged version of your podcast life.
Completely.
Is misfit in school. Let's break it down. Let's review it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're about to all right now.
I've cracked the code for Shades.
This is a monumental moment
You're-
that Brian is actually
I've
going to
cracked-
put bullet points
Here we go.
on my life.
You cracked the code.
What?
Go to school. You're not fitting in a Catholic school.
Nope.
Black kid in white schools.
Yep.
You get kicked out of the whole diocese.
Damn.
They wouldn't even send you to another parish school.
They didn't
They're
even
like,
care.
the diocese like, nope, this whole territory, not for you, Shades.
Not even.
Then you go from there to public school.
Yep.
And now you're the two white black kid going into a black school.
Which was hilariously wrong.
And then you end up dropping out. You don't finish.
Yeah,
you
'cause-
start exploring art.
Yep.
You start exploring graffiti.
Sure did.
You become a street person.
Oh, yeah. That's putting it mildly. I was a bum.
Bum.
Like, literally, the ever sense of every word of the word bum.
Yeah. And then you hit bottom. You come out of it. You're still starting, or you still haven't forgotten about your art, but you're not practicing because you're so focused on sobriety.
No, I'm the visceral personification of a phoenix.
Yeah. True. Have you painted a phoenix before?
I'm about to.
All right.
Literally, that's my next commission.
Yeah? I want it.
Yep.
Make two.
Got it.
Can't afford it. That's all right. But the
We'll make a trade.
yeah, but then no, I mean that rise. So you go through that. You start. So when do you start? I mean, this whole narrative that from that arising out of the wreckage that you created for yourself in your life, just through your own ambition and your own like mischievousness, and then falling into what you fell in, and you shake all that off, and you get out of it, and you start climbing out of it, and then eventually, these are all very condensed because there's a lot of decades in there.
There's tons of decades, yeah.
Covered National Geographic as the face of Detroit.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, that is insane.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't.
There's no way of me literally putting it all in a version for someone to understand that's the way that you make it.
It's every day, every minute, right?
Yeah, dude, you gotta understand. I'm throwing darts at a board literally with blinders every day to this day.
Hoping you hit a bullseye.
Oh, dude, I hit them, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
I didn't train.
Right. Yeah.
I just put them on, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
They spin me around. They're like, can you find the dartboard? And I'm like, where is it? And I go like that, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh, just throw it, and next thing you know, it happens because you know why? I put faith in myself.
Yeah.
I don't put faith in anyone else except for myself, and I believe in me.
Right.
And if I fuck up, I fuck up,
Right.
and I'll owe up to it. I'll be
Yeah,
like,
you
you know
always
what?
own it.
I'm like, dude, I fucked up.
Right.
To clients, to people, to everything.
Yeah.
Because that's what I said when I was younger and I was lying and I was bullshitting. It was so fucked up. Like it never made me do anything right.
Yeah.
When you owe up to something and you let people know, look, I fucked that up, bro. And you have every right to be pissed. Mm-hmm. If you give me a moment to make it right, or we could just part here.
Yeah.
You know how good that feels to that person that's pissed off?
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? I don't want you here.
No, it's true. And I try to do that with clients. For one, I'm trying really hard not to fuck up.
No, you don't. Right, but if you do,
you're going to. It's
dude,
life.
everybody's human. You know how many fucking clients
you
I
drop
fucked
the
up?
ball, it gets messy. You're also yeah. So the fact that you go and own it, even in the midst of the problem I created in a situation, sometimes the outcome of that can actually be stronger than when you started.
Oh no,
because they see how hard you're working to get back on.
How about that?
The integrity, right?
I got one for you. How about fucking up and you didn't do anything yet, and it's just because of what you did in your past, and they have no idea. It's just because they're associated with that person.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Where do you climb from there? Do you give up, or do you
way.
try to get back that client because that other person talked about you?
Sure.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I live it.
And it's a small town.
It's a small
big
fucking
town.
world.
Right.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I've traveled it and ran into this situation all around the world.
Yeah.
When I hear a name, I back up and I'm like, you might hear something. Seriously, I'll tell a client.
Right.
I'll be like, you might hear something, and you could either believe it or understand that this person's really bad.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of New York with one of my biggest clients ever, who's my family, Fiat. And down the freaking chute, here it comes.
Yeah.
I'm there doing a TV show. I'm a guest appearance. And I'm running a fucking gallery with them. And some shit comes down the tunnel. That was literally like 7 years, 10 years down the ways.
Yeah.
Fuck that, right? And thank God because I put it out there.
Right.
They brought it to me and was like, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? They're like, dang. Because, I mean, I hate to say this, but this is what they said. They're like, did you fuck his girlfriend or something? And I'm like, no. I go, this has nothing to do with him. Right. This is him hearsay to the point of him wanting to say what he had to say.
Right.
And it went down like that. And there's a lot of situations like that I have to go into, that a lot of people will sit there and don't know anything about it except for what they heard or what has been told to them or what has been done. And I have to live that life.
Yeah.
But I have to owe up to it.
Right.
I can't dodge it. You understand
Well,
what I'm
it's
saying?
in the room.
Well,
It's the elephant in the room. You
completely.
Yeah.
Literally. Dude, I'm in London.
Yeah.
And some shit went down. And I'm like, okay. But I told you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I told the person before it went down, I'm like, this is what's going to go down. Yeah. And they're like, nah. I'm like, yeah. They're like, nah. I'm like, yeah. And literally, bro, seriously, in London, in a van, the shit goes down. In a van. You know how small a van is?
Especially European vans.
Dude. And I'm sitting there like this, and I look over at the person, I'm like, told you.
Yeah.
I go, I told you. In the most specific way that I could.
Yeah.
So you live these things.
Right.
And this is why I'm so honest. This is why I'm so brutal. This is why I'm so, like everything that I say is not a hatchet. It's me literally telling you, because guess what? If no one else will tell you, I am.
Right.
You understand? And I want you to do the same for me. And I don't take it as you like grueling me. And I don't take it as you like looking at me going, oh, well, like, oh my God, he's trying to defeat me or whatever. No, if you tell me the truth, you're my friend.
Right.
If you floss and glossify everything and make me feel like I'm doing the right thing just because, dude, you're not my friend.
Right. No, it's definitely that's the core of family and good friends.
That's what I do for everybody.
Right.
I do it with clients. I tell them brutal honesty.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit is crazy. You guys have got the most craziest fucking shit going on in here. I've never been in the whitest fucking place ever. And we're not talking about skin. We're talking about the building itself. Like, what the fuck is this? Right. And they'll be like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, yeah. I go, you need some fucking color. Like, right here.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, well, like, if I went in there and wasn't myself,
yeah,
then who am I going to be when I paint that wall? I can't. All of a sudden I'm gonna, all of a sudden I'm just gonna like pretend that I'm somebody else with you.
Right.
And then when I get up on the wall, I'm like, ooh, and they'll be like, who the fuck is that?
Right. No, you are the same shades. I've never seen a different version of you.
I have no.
There's one.
No, there's just one. There's one. But then there is a certain part of me that will go into a retreat. See, I'm not. People have a difference of opinion with me because they don't know me. And I'm a very private person. I'm a very private person, but I'm a very open person.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
So it's like mainly most of the stuff that I do, like I walk softly. Like no one knows that I'm doing what I'm doing because I do it.
Right.
Because it's none of their fucking business, to be honest with you. So my personal life is nobody's business. But my business, I try to tell you as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I try to put it out there so people can understand this is what I do. But it's like I try to keep it as quiet as I can keep it because I'm an introvert.
No, I think that's something I recognize in a lot of artists. I think they can be outgoing. I'm the same way. I can be on and ongoing and energetic at times, and other times I'm just in my own head. Mm-hmm. I've been around when you're just like your energy's different. You're just in this thing, and you don't have to. And then other times,
I don't do crowds.
Right.
I don't do people.
Yeah.
I hate people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't do the crowd thing.
Yeah.
You invite me to anything, and guess what? You might see me for like 5 minutes, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
For real. Because I don't like people at all.
Yeah.
And and it's not because of them. It's just I get sweaty.
Yeah.
I get weirded out, and it's just not my thing. So literally, typically, I am diagnosed as an introvert.
Yeah.
But my extrovert comes out because of that's who I am also.
Yeah.
But that's the Batman and Bruce Wayne.
I like it.
You like that?
I like the Batman and Bruce Wayne.
I just said that, and it worked.
It worked. Well, what other superhero comic heroes are you like?
Darkwing Duck.
Ooh. I love it.
Let's get dangerous. No, yeah.
Well, the last thing I want to ask you. So we could talk forever, but
we can still keep talking.
I want to know
what you want to know.
I want to know at what point after Ann Arbor.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
80s band. Oh, that was good. Thompson
energy.
Twins. Is that
no? That's ABC.
ABC. All right.
Come on.
Thompson Twins had some good ones.
Then they got.
too. No, I want to ask you. So you're doing garbage in Ann Arbor. When at some point, just take me to the point where you started to actually make money as a graffiti artist, and you're not just tagging and practicing on buildings or on your own drawings or all that stuff, but you actually had people saying, "Here's some cheddar.
Here's my money.
Go make something."
Take my money.
When did that start in that journey?
The funny thing is, because see, this is a tricky part, because the good thing is that this is where I solidified who I was in this city, because I was the hugest. I pushed graffiti so hard till I even worked for the city at one time, doing graffiti art in schools with after-school programs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I pushed.
Yeah.
And it was between me. This is back in the day. So we're talking about, it was me, Kevin from, oh God, what is his name? Oh my God, he's going to kill me. Oh God. I have Kevin Hansen. He had this gallery in Eastern Market for many a fucking years. Like, he was the gallery that everybody would go to in the Eastern Market with urban art or whatever. Like, he would put on any show.
Right.
After parties, the whole nine. Kevin Hansen was that guy.
Yeah.
And it was me, him, another official. I think her name was Maureen. Or something like that. And then there was Al Fields. And we all bonded some type of weird way. Till each person, it was like 2 officials and 2 gutter rats.
Yeah.
Right? Me and Kevin, Al and Meredith. And so we went on this bus tour. We went all around this city to show like where the graffiti was and what we could do. So that happened. But on top of that, I was making this money slowly. And I'll never forget, there was this woman, her name was oh God, it's killing me, because see, this is really important to know. She was a PR person for all the techno guys back in the day, and her name was Fudge. And you can't look her up. You can't, because I don't even know where she's at. Anyways, it'll come to me. Oh, I feel really bad. Anyways, she hired me to paint her bathroom. And when I did her bathroom, she ended up. I wanted to charge her a lot, because now I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a job. So when you're a first graffiti artist, you want to tax people so bad. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
right.
You pay me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have my Banksies to float off of. Right. I didn't have this back in the day. You got to mind you, I didn't have anybody. It was just me. Yeah. So I couldn't be like, you owe me this for this because I did this because they get paid for that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it was like this weird thing. And so Lisa Moss, that was her name. And she was the PR person for like Derek May and all these guys, right? So when after I did her bathroom, she was like, okay, look, I'm not gonna, whatever you're asking for, buddy, fuck you.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She's like, fuck you. I asked you to paint my bathroom because I liked your art.
Yeah.
Other than that, you can go fuck yourself, basically.
Yeah.
But
good lesson.
Right. But she was like, I do have an offer.
Right.
And I'm like, what's your offer? She goes, okay. She goes, I see that you want to get yourself out there and everything. She goes, I'll do some things for you. She goes, I'll put your name out there and see who bites. And if you can, she goes, there'll be like a couple of charity things or something like that. You can do them. Right? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my little $200. I'm out of here, right?
Right.
So I'd go and do my thing, making a little money here, a little money there. This is why you never turn down. This is why I never turn down anybody. Nobody. It could be an aunt that walked in my door and had like $50 fucking dollars and was like, I need you to paint something for my house. I will literally work with you to work that $50. Because you know why? I didn't go to school for this. Right. It's free. And it's a God-given talent.
Yeah.
So what the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to turn you down?
Yeah.
And you want it? You might be the purest form of my fan, the person that really fucking appreciate it more than the person over here.
Right.
She ended up having me do, I swear to God, bro, it was like the worst 2 years of my life. For 2 years, bro, I was doing these charity events.
Painting like live.
Charity for free.
Yeah.
charity.
And costs you money in materials and stuff, right?
Right.
Cans.
I'm doing the chair affair. I'm doing this right here. I'm doing this affair. This blah, blah, blah. Da. Right? I was even doing stuff with Diffa. You know what I'm saying? Like I did this whole wall with a mirror. Did this whole Diffa wall, 3 stories tall. You know, I got the article, the whole 9. And next thing you know, bro, I'm going to tell you something. After 2 years of doing that, I thought it was done. Because I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this. But do you understand when you're out there, people are looking at you?
Right.
And those who come to those charities weren't the people that were like influencers at that time. But as time went on, they ended up getting different positions.
Right.
Right? There's none but business people at
They
these
saw
charities.
you at an event.
They're like,
did something.
Right.
They put something in the bank.
They're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
4 years later, hey, Shades,
Right.
looking all over
I
for
met you at the Diffa something.
And you and I, we totally clicked, and you were cool as fuck.
Right.
Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
What's that? I need you to paint this car for me for such and such and such. You do what?
Right.
You work for who? Do I even know you?
Right.
What the fuck do you look like?
Right.
But I treated you just the way I wanted to treat you because that's the way I am.
Yeah.
And every person, you know what I'm saying? It is a true form of that. Every time you step out your door, you represent yourself.
Well, it's true, and I'll relate one other sort of similar thing that
Stop relating to my stories.
Mark. I'm just trying to find a wedge in. I'm just trying to find a wedge in.
You look, man. This is my time.
No. So the only thing I relate to is the Detroit Portrait Project that I started. That when we met was that I didn't do it for money. I did it, and it's all the connections, right? So out of that, I get all these friendships, and then one of them is Jeremy Depitot, who becomes my suite mate in a studio in this building.
No, like suite, SUITE, suite mate.
We shared a studio expenses. Okay, we shared rent. Then, but out of that, I end up getting one of the bigger shoots in my life because he's shooting Eminem and he couldn't do a gig, and so he passed it off to the one guy he could trust with his A client.
And here you are, you're like the face of like when Eminem went off. Like
broke his career basically.
Yeah.
No, but but that's how it happens. But it
like
started 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That was a 7-year snowball that happened.
Yeah, but nothing happens overnight. And see, this is not an immediate situation for us.
Right.
This is years and years. The reason why we're having this podcast is because it takes years and years to be where we're at.
Right.
This is not an overnight success story.
No.
I'm 49, going on 50. So there's no reason. There's nothing going on except for 49, and I'm sitting here, and I'm still ecstatic because I get called by whomever to do something.
Yeah.
That's where it stands.
Quick story about last night. It's not a relation. Hold on.
He's trying to relate.
We're getting Mark.
This better not be the pepper story.
It's not the pepper story. I already put that story out.
Story's on a story. That's a story of a whole nother color.
So we went to cigars with me, Mark. You didn't go because you just cashed out. You had work to do.
Yeah.
And
it's because I'm a grown up.
Outside, we're outside just talking. Dway,
grown up,
Mark, and me. And this guy comes up, a street guy, and he's reading spirits. He's like, "I'm gonna tell you something about you." And he's like, "Aura." He's telling Mark, I'm gonna guess your age. And he was pretty close, but it's pretty easy to guess him. And then he gets to Dwelle. He gave him a range. You're either 39 to 50. It's like,
nice.
Yeah, come on, man. That's
such a big broad.
That's too wide.
That's
awesome.
And
then to me, he goes, "You're 36." I'm 51. 36. I was like, "How much money do you need?"
Right. You look like you need $20.
I gave him some money because I was like, he said I look 36.
There you go.
But the point was that you're planting seeds. You're going forward. You don't know who you meet that is going to become significant.
You have no idea.
5-10 years later.
It's that guy. It's that guy who you take care of. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? It's not this guy. Because that guy is already established.
Right.
It's this guy that you go, "What's up, man? You all right? You got some water? You cool? Everything groovy? All right, cool." Because guess what? I see you, and I recognize you because you're here because of what I did, but you're going to be me one day.
Right.
You never know.
You never know. But especially on the client side, especially when you do things for free, that's the thing. There's a lot of controversy, or, just that thing. Artists do get asked all the time, way more than they should, to do things for free. and not getting paid to do stuff. Like, that's a whole nother conversation. But the point is, there is a balance between doing things because it's the only thing you know what to do, and you don't know if you do something for free for a charity, at least it benefits the charity. You're not just doing something for free.
Right.
But
I still do charities.
But yeah, of course. And, you know, there's stuff I do all the time that's, you know, I'm in that $200. Like, I'll figure out your $200.
Dude, whatever you got, we'll make it work.
Yeah. And so, but you just, I guess the point is, you know, you never know. Any person you meet anytime can come back. That's like, I try so hard to not offend people or just be nice. That's it.
Yeah, you don't have to, it's not offending them.
Yeah.
But you can relate to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was a garbage man. I was a bum.
Yeah.
How much more can I relate to anybody?
Right.
I can relate to anybody.
Yeah.
The way you see me is just me. If I can see a person and see what's up, that's instinctive because I was in the streets. And guess what? When I was in the streets, I didn't know who was what. And especially in Cass Corridor, you could be walking towards me, which was nobody on the street most of the time. And when you walking towards me, I had to equate what the fuck you were all about.
Right.
I had to look at you a block away with the way you walk, the way you look, and everything that you're about to see if you was actually going to come to fucking try to steal something from me, stab me, rob me, or maybe just fucking just be cool as fuck.
Right. Well, and then on the other side of the coin is you're working with the Dan Gilberts of the world, billionaires.
Yeah, Danny.
Billionaires.
Yeah, everybody's
and,
dope.
You know, like, yeah, I want you to do this thing in my house, which is ridiculous. One other property.
I've done some crazy shit, bro.
I know. But that's the range.
I have the most amazing
Are you going to
clients.
stab me, or are you going to like commission me for an amazing job?
Here's a funny one.
Homes?
Here's a funny one. I actually painted a police station. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. West Bloomfield
Legally.
came out of nowhere, and was like,
Bloomfield.
"Can you paint our workout facility?" And I was like, "Come again?"
Yeah.
Hold on. That was the most nervous shit.
That's where the 5
Ever.
works out.
Hold on. Peep this. It's in the station. I drive up. I called my sister. I called the girl I was dating at the time. And everybody that I knew. I even told the chat. I was like, if I don't come out of here, somebody bail me out. Seriously. Because you're talking to... Dude, I thought it was
the old trick where like you get something to me, it's like, come pick up your free
No, do you
TV.
think I'm lying? I'm dead fucking serious. My heart was so... Dude, I rolled up there... Seriously, I rolled up there. I even told him when the shit went down and it was legal, like straight up, I looked at him, I go, I thought all y'all was about to fucking bust me. Seriously. So I go into this place, sweaty palms. I literally felt like I was like 23 again.
Setup.
I was 23 again being set up. I go in, and as soon as the guy comes out, it's one guy, he has a bald head. He's the nicest fucking guy you ever want to meet.
Every
But
cop has a bald head.
no, but this hold on, this was a good one. This is weird. I come in, he's like, hey, what's up? Right? He shakes my hand, he's got a smile on his face. I'm like, set up, right? My whole brain, set up. So I go behind the door closes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's over.
I'm over. I'm done. If anything goes down now, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, you need to come see the facility. You know what I'm saying? But it's downstairs. So as we walk like this, bro, it was like a flanking system. Another ball head one over here and another one to the left and right of me come in like surgical. Shaboom. And got in behind me.
Oh.
They shake my hand, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? And they're like, oh, this is him? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, so we go past all these desks, and then there's a door to the right, and he opens it up, and it's stairs. Heart.
That's it.
Dude, I'm like this. Literally, it's in my throat. I've never been so scared in my life. I go down these stairs, and as soon as I get down to the stairs, they'll tell you to their face. They all started laughing. They go down the stairs. I'm like, they're either going to whoop my ass or something. I did something in West Bloomfield I didn't know or some shit. I go down the stairs.
There's some warrants.
As soon as no, it's like a long fucking hallway, bro. A long fucking hallway. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then there's a little door right here. And they turn, and he goes, here's the door right here. And he opens it up, and it is a workout facility. And I swear to God, bro, I got on my knees and kissed the floor. And I go, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. I go, I need to tell all three of you motherfuckers. Just like that. I did. I go, I'm going to tell. I didn't miss any words. I go, I need to tell all three of y'all. I go, this is the scariest shit I've ever been in my life. I go, and I'm glad that this worked out this way. I go, because other than that, I go, guess what? This has been some fucked up shit. And everybody, you know, I mean, but seriously.
Yeah.
That's where it goes down to.
Yeah.
then I'm still that guy.
Yeah, you're still
Absolutely.
I mean, that's part of your DNA. It all stacks up
It
like a
doesn't-
cake.
yeah.
That is the flavor of Shades now, is like that's who you are now, but the layers are still going on top. But just down below
Dude.
there is the hustler and the dude who is
I'm still that guy.
running
Right.
whatever and living a very
It's nuts.
crazy, illegal life. And then you get an invitation to commission to do paint murals in a police station.
Which
and you
is-
think it's a setup
Yeah.
that you're going to go to jail.
Of course.
Because you don't know. You don't even know in the history of what you may have done in that community that
Nope.
there's still a warrant out
Dude,
there for
it
you.
might have been.
Exactly.
That's how fucked up I was.
Yeah.
Till
And you
I'm
still-
literally living on that edge.
Yeah. And then you still eventually become the cover of National Geographic about Detroit.
National Geographic.
That's insane.
It always comes back to that.
All right, man. Well, we're going to have to do part 2 at some point.
I'm always down for part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever, you know. I'm good for it.
But, man, I really appreciate you over the years. I felt you've always, in the nicest way, Shades had my back here.
I do.
In the town.
I got your back.
You've always.
But he's saying that to me. I heard him what he said to Dwelle yesterday, too. Though.
No, but both of you guys here have been really great to me, being from Grand Rapids, just trying to do my thing in Detroit.
It's been fun with you. I mean, you even put me with, you got me in touch with a lot of people in Grand Rapids. Remember when I did that thing with the storytelling?
Exactly. Yep. Linked up there.
Yeah. We've always worked together.
Yeah, try to pass stuff back and forth when I can think of it. I have a beautiful piece that my wife reached out to you for.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
Down in,
I forgot all
Units.
about that.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
shnikes.
in my, I'll show you a pic. It's in my basement that we renovated now. It's
Nice.
in a cool spot.
There you go.
But
I mean, you could have burnt it as firewood, too. I don't...
I might.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to prove to me,
Maybe
bro.
I'll just keep it
Dude.
until you go off to jail.
There you go.
Could happen.
Right.
On the edge.
On the
No,
fucking-
but you've always been very gracious to me. I feel like I can always call and reach out to you about anything here in the city, and
Yeah.
you've always helped me navigate and keep me in. You've made me way cooler than I am by being friendly with me, and then how you vouch for me in the community if I need a connect to somebody.
Of course.
You always say, "Here's this guy.
Yeah, we're family.
Hit it up." Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
I don't see you as a friend. We're family.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you
Same.
need me, no news is good news in my world. So we don't
Absolutely.
always have to talk. But if you reach out to me, I got your back like a jam
And I
sport.
want to come to Berlin. We didn't even get into that. We talked about it for a second, but
And that's exactly what we will be doing. It's just a second of it.
yeah, excellent. All right, man. Thank you.
No, thank you, brother.
Well, that's what it's like to talk to Shades for 2 hours. It never stops. He's constant energy. There's a lot of laughs and a lot of insight. I really appreciate his life and his interactions with me over the years, his friendship. And before I go much further, I want to send a special shout out, thank you to Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn for helping to underwrite that On Location episode in Detroit. Metro Health has been a dream partner in our first year here at the podcast. And without their support, those type of location interviews that we did in Detroit with Dwelle and Shades, and also out in California, we did 5 episodes out there. That would not happen without that very special relationship that I have with Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn. And thank you, Shades. Thank you for being whoever you are. It's insane. Every day I marvel when I see you and get caught up with you, kind of the amount of things that you're tackling, the things that you're doing, and how much time now you're spending abroad is inspiring. And I just am always looking forward to the next time we link up. So anybody, what am I saying? I need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. This was a long episode with Shades. I hope you loved it. I love talking to him. And I just hope you all have a great week, everybody. Let's go get it. This Full Exposure podcast episode has been made possible through the support of Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn, who believe that creativity and the arts are essential to a rich, healthy, and fulfilling life.